Yes, yes, I'm ready.
So so it's just loading. Hello, hello. Happy
Hello.
Happy Biodiversity Day, everyone.
Happy to you also.
Happy Biodiversity Day. I'm here with Miss Marta Ngalowera. She's the Environmental Education Officer of the Vice President's Office, Division of Environment in
Yes.
Tanzania. So she's going to introduce herself a bit, but basically, her main responsibility is to coordinate implementation of public awareness programs in the mainstreaming of
Yes.
biodiversity issues. So we're doing this interviews connected with the team for biodiversity to day, which is building a shared future for all life on Earth. So, Miss Marta, before we begin, can you share more about a little bit about your work for biodiversity?
Yes. I'm the public awareness officer, and my responsibility is to make sure that society are aware on the importance of biodiversity and how to make them existing at their place. So my work is to develop awareness material and to develop workshops and to liaison with the media so that technical experts and leaders may go there and to publish anything about biodiversity and environment in general. I have been doing this work almost for more than 15 years now. Thank you.
Wow! So what do you find most fulfilling about your work, Miss Marta?
Most interesting.
Most fulfilling in your work since you've been doing
Yeah,
this for
I
15
feel
years?
like everyone should know the importance of biodiversity because biodiversity is the thing which make people to survive. Without biodiversity, no one will be alive in this earth because we get food from there, we get rain, we get anything from biodiversity. So I'm very much interested to make people know the importance and how to conserve them. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. And me personally, with my work with Women for Biodiversity, we're advocating for greater participation of women and recognition in work in biodiversity. So we're connecting now this we're now moving on to the team, the biodiversity day team is building shared future for all life on Earth. So for you, how would you say are women and girls important in their roles in building a shared future for all life on Earth for our team and biodiversity day? How would you connect that for you in your work? What did you see? Why would you say that women are important in biodiversity and building a shared future for all life on Earth?
Yeah, sure. For me, I saw women and girls are strong connected to the theme of building a shared future because women and girls are leaders and drive of all the biodiversity or all the existing lives from beneath the earth to the in the water and to the atmosphere, means from the soil, land, plants, and environment in general, because they are the main manipulators of biodiversity because they cannot do their responsibility without biodiversity because they need food to feed their family, to feed their society, they need clothes, they need water, but all coming from biodiversity. But again, women, they have a vast knowledge of how to conserve the environment, you know. So they have the vast knowledge of conserve the environment. So due to their responsibility to their family and their knowledge, women and girls are very important to the to contribute in this global biodiversity, because they will contribute their knowledge, they will contribute their feelings. And so everyone, if they get from the women, the implementation of GBF will be very productive.
Oh, so now you bring up the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework. Yes, since the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework is very important, since when I first read about the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework, this is a big thing because it's the framework that will dictate the biodiversity policy of 196 countries around the world, parties to the Convention on Biological Diversity. So yeah, so indeed, if women are included there, that would make a really big difference. But just backtracking now, I'm curious, because you've done a lot of work in those 15 years. Will you be able to give examples, if some come to mind, on women's roles in biodiversity, to show how important the roles are in this kind of work? And of course, one example would be you personally. You're a woman and you're in this kind of work. So, but I'm also curious in what you have observed over the years. If some stand out, do you have a story to share or an example on women's participation, or maybe something that shows that, oh, indeed, we need to include women in all biodiversity policy because this is what I have seen in my work on the ground. So, yeah, and if there's anything that stands out
Sure.
for you, yeah.
Yeah, sure. From my experience, I noticed that there is a very few women in decision-making position. And then when going to the local people, women are not much access to the biodiversity resources. So women are very important. For instance, if you include women, or if women are will be very much bigger number in the decision making, they will have unity, and they will have the confidence of convincing the policy, how the policy should be written and how the policy should be implemented. So if we include women in the policy or in the development of the strategy, many knowledges, many experience will be included in. And those women at the local area, they will be accessible to the biodiversity, and their knowledge will be used with other society to conserve the biodiversity. Therefore, we will be building a shared future, and there will be no conflict among the society or between men and women over the resources, because everyone will feel like we have a shared resources biodiversity. Thank you.
Wow, that's it. Yeah. So if women are more involved in the decision making, yeah, I would agree with that. We would have more impact in biodiversity conservation. And how about, were you able to witness something like this in action already on the ground? Women having a big role, and did you see how the benefits or what happened when that? Were you able to see something like this already, like women having an active role in biodiversity?
You mean in the policy level or at the local area? I
Both,
want
actually,
to.
in your work, actually, both.
Okay,
Both.
in my work, as I was saying that even in I'm working in the division of environment. When you make a census to find out how many women and how many men, you find there are few women in every sector, in every department. And whenever I'm going to the meeting, any meeting concerning environment, we may find we are 3 or we are 4. If we are many, then we are 6 out of 20 people. So you see that contribution of women will be are not being taken because they are few, and among of the few, some they have no knowledge on whatever they are going to be discussed there, because even the chances or opportunities to learn is minimal to those women. So I propose, or I think I have a very great what I can say after this GBF, maybe the chances of women to be involved in the decision making will be higher, because there will be a lot of opportunities to involve women in the making decision in various theme of biodiversity. Thank you.
Mm. Why do you say, but that's interesting. You say that there's more opportunity to involve women in the post-2020 global biodiversity framework. Why do you say that there's more opportunity for that now?
Yeah, because the global biodiversity, it will be integrated in various sectors, you see. So if it will be integrated in various sectors, there should be involvement of women. So it means there at every sector, there will be a chance of more women to be involved, because there's an objective of to involve women in building and implementing GBF. So that's what I said. I have a very great hope that after GBF, in the implementation, more women will be involved in the development of policy, in the making of decisions in every sector related to biodiversity. Yeah.
Yes. And I believe you're during the recent Convention on Biological Diversity, the UN Biodiversity meetings in Geneva, the United Republic of Tanzania is one of the parties that supported on the floor the having a standalone gender equality target in the post-2020 global biodiversity framework. So the current draft has 21, but um, many parties initiated by Costa Rica and then followed by parties like United Republic of Tanzania supported the standalone gender equality target. How do you think this standalone gender equality target would be important for the connecting with what you said about the role of women? And I'm also very curious on how this would be relevant to United Republic of Tanzania in general, because I know you're working um in biodiversity and mainstreaming. So yeah, I would like to I'm curious on in the global level, and also how it would be good for your country if if women are really included in the post 2020 GBF via the standalone gender equality target. So yeah.
Yeah, we supported the standalone gender objective because we saw the gap. We've already seen the gap. You know, before the GBF, there is this 2011 up to 2020 biodiversity framework. So there were gaps there, and one of them is to involve gender in the implementation of biodiversity issues. So we had a hope that if we support a standalone gender objective, women and girls will be involved from the decision making even to the shared resource of the biodiversity. As I've said that in our local area in Tanzania, most women, they don't have access to the biodiversity resources, especially when they may cultivate, they may have cultivation, I mean, they will cultivate crops, but a man could come there and sell all the crops, and all the money will be monitored or by his husband, or by the brother, or by the father. So women have no access to the resource. Again, because women have a lot of knowledge and they deal with biodiversity. So by including or by making a standalone gender, and because we have those mainstreaming biodiversity to all sectors, we hope that gender will be in, or gender biodiversity will take out or will take in the other sector inside the gender, and every sector will be answered by the gender. I mean, like gender will be involved in every sector, because when we take the gender objective, it means all biodiversity issues will be in, or gender will be in every biodiversity related issues, because we have our objective in GBF. So again, I'm coming again that women will have a lot of chances to develop the strategy of maybe of transport relating to biodiversity, or of what communication strategy, or we may develop our biodiversity women, our biodiversity gender related communication strategy like that, so that every woman can know his or her responsibility. But again, every man can know the responsibility of women, that we have a very great responsibility in this earth to conserve the environment, because we have knowledge, but we have the responsibility to take care of the society. So they should include women in development, or in developing the planning, in decision making, so that we can make this earth harmony place with the biodiversity.
Wow, that's really powerful. Yeah. And then looking at your work every day, let's say, for example, it happens it happens that the standalone gender equality target 22, is adopted in the post 2020 global biodiversity framework. How would that affect your work? How would you see it changing your work when you do your work every day as a public awareness officer? How do you see it integrated in your work, if indeed women will be included in the framework by a standalone gender equality target?
Yeah, if if it will be coming during the implementation of GBF, I will have the strategy of gender for biodiversity, and from that strategy, I will develop various activity. One of them is awareness to the society, not only to women, to the society, to know that women are very important to the conservation and use of biodiversity. So if women is providing knowledge or ideas on every platform, they should consider. But other women, they should go in finding out that how can we join the efforts to develop the strategy, the country strategy of biodiversity, or how to conserve and how to manage the biodiversity. So for me, I saw there are great opportunity for my work to provide, to make people be aware on the women, that they are main contributor in the existing of biodiversity, and they are main agent of making people living harmony with nature, if and only if they will take them in the GBF. They will take women responsibility in the GBF.
So I remember your work is also connected to SEPA, right? Or communication, education, and public awareness. I think there's similarity in our work. So, for example, if you're conducting I believe do you also facilitate like capacity building, enhancement of communication, education, and public awareness for stakeholders? Because I read that your work is connected with biodiversity stakeholders. So, how would the SEPA or the communication, education, public awareness materials look like once? How do you envision them to look like? With how you're dreaming them to look like once we fully integrate gender? So, yeah.
Yes. So after this GBF, my communication material will be more will be educating the society first. At first, they'll be educating all the society the importance of women are the main manipulator of biodiversity, or are the main users of biodiversity. Therefore, I'll convince society to hear women, what they are saying about any kind of biodiversity. So that's all. After that, then I'll promote women to go on, publish their knowledge, publish of course, their knowledge, their interests, the community, and how are they making the biodiversity survive, and how are using the biodiversity. Yes, so I'll do like this.
Yes, that will be perfect. That will be great. Although, yeah, this is our vision hopefully when the standalone gender equality target gets adopted. And then now, for my last question, yeah, but we're still having, but right now it's not yet adopted. We're going to have another Convention on Biological Diversity meeting in Nairobi to discuss the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework. So, since it's still up for discussion, and what would be Tanzania's plan moving forward to ensure that the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework would be truly gender responsive, responsive to women's needs? Yes.
Yeah, we are planning to support the objective. We are planning to support the objective to be carried out to the COP15. And when we go to the COP15, we'll support the objective, because we saw that there'll be a greater chance for introducing girls and women in biodiversity. And by doing this, our biodiversity, especially in Tanzania, will be conserved, and everyone will have equal chance of access of biodiversity resource, especially economic coming from biodiversity. That's what women need, because they are involved in cultivating everything, in keeping animal, keeping plants. So we will support the objective in COP15.
Yes, very excited. Yeah, we're supposed to just go straight to the final meeting, COP15, but I know the agenda in Geneva was quite full, so we had to have this this other meeting, this intersessional in Nairobi, to just finish the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework discussion before it goes to COP15. So yeah, so it's really I understand it's truly a big thing, but because it will dictate for the next 30 years. Yeah, the biodiversity policy of parties such as United Republic of Tanzania, parties to the Convention on Biological Diversity. So yeah. So actually, we still have around 6 minutes if we want to finish the 30 minutes. Is there anything else you want to share regarding your work, Women Biodiversity, or post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework? So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Claire. I'm very happy, and I congratulate the country which introduced at first this Women for Biodiversity objective. And this one, it will bring a lot of changes in our society. I know and I believe in 2030, every woman and every man will know that, okay, women have a lot of things to do with biodiversity. And the other group will respect the knowledge and ideas which are coming from women regarding the biodiversity. And this earth really will be the place of harmony life, because you know what, the conflict which are arising in the community is about the resources, and the biodiversity. And even water is the source of water is from biodiversity. And there's a lot of conflict on resources. So when you introduce women, women are people who carry the sort of peace, So if society, they will hear from women I know and I know and I hope in 2030 this earth will be very harmonious place. Thank you.
Are you there, Martha?
I'm
Hello?
here. I know. I thought you have closed it.
I think I lost that, yeah, but they're going to still continue. But anyway, we're about to end. Can you reiterate that last thing you said? I'm not sure it was fully broadcasted online. I'm sorry. Can you repeat
Yeah.
the
Yes,
your
I
yeah.
was saying that in 2030, really, in this earth will be the place of harmony because women are the creature who carried the harmonious spirit. And if the society, after this objective being in GBF, if the society will consider women, they will bring a lot of knowledge and everyone will see that we have a collective a responsibility on biodiversity and women have the equal chance or equal opportunity to conserve and to share the resources from the biodiversity. And therefore, there will be a harmonious place to live because every conflict are coming from the resources.
Yes. So it's really on the access to resources. So if we,
Yeah.
because you mentioned that in adopting a standalone gender equality target, we also want to improve women's access to resources. So just a
Yes.
final follow-up question. I want to go back to your example on the agriculture because you mentioned for when women in agriculture, it's the men who have more power and um more power. So what does how does it usually happen? Like what are women's involvement in what is currently women's involvement in agriculture if for example we adopt this gender equality target and we make biodiversity policy more gender responsive, what would have what's the current situation for women in agriculture and how would that change if ever we
Yeah,
fully
because
implement
yes,
this?
yes, because women are the one who take care of their family, and you as a woman, you don't like to see your kids staying without anything to eat. So they are very much involved in cultivating, producing certain crops, and they go to sell to get money. But when it comes to that, the time of ripening, of the time of harvesting, many are going forward and to harvest those crops and going to sell, and it remains, leaving a very few or very teeny products for their family. So you can see a woman is all the year is moving here and there to find something for their kids to eat. So if we introduce this gender in GBF, because I will develop a communication strategy on gender. So I will start to making society aware on the importance of control, or importance of women to control biodiversity for the betterment of their family, of course, including men. So after that, men will know that, okay, so women are able to control the resources and they have a lot of knowledge of making them to exist. And there, all the society will benefit, men and women will benefit because a woman, you cannot, I'm saying you, Claire, cannot have a resource without giving your husband. So you can, they can give their husband their kids, but for the other, in the opposite is not true, because if a man get the resource, they can go to enjoy with other men, maybe in drinking or something like that.
Oh, thank you so much for giving that concrete example. And for those watching right now, I just want to share very quickly the standalone gender equality target. Yeah, so it's just this: ensure women and girls equitable access and benefits from conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity, as well as their informed and effective participation at all levels of policy and decision-making related to biodiversity. So this is what we're advocating for, Women for Biodiversity and the Women's Caucus to the UN Convention on Biological Diversity. And we're glad that we have the support of parties like United Republic of Tanzania for this. So we're excited to advocate for this further in the meeting in Nairobi, and after that, the conference of parties in China. So yeah. So thank you so much, Martha. I'm just going to stop the live stream and maybe we can just talk for a few minutes before ending the meeting. So everyone watching this, thank you very much. I'm stopping the live stream now. Happy Biodiversity
Thank you,
Day
Claire.
again.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. Have a good job.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.